Hello, welcome back. Today we'll be making Korean fish cake stir fry. First, let's get the ingredients. We'll need Korean hot pepper flakes. Make sure this is Korean hot pepper flakes because Korean hot pepper flakes is a little bit less spicier, so don't use Chinese or Vietnamese or anything like that. Next, of course, we need fish cake, and these are fish cake sticks. You can get these at any local Korean stores, and we got those at H Mart. So they come in sticks, and I think they're already cooked, but they are frozen. So make sure you thaw them first. And then moving on, this is Korean BBQ sauce. Of course, we bought this once again in H Mart. And then this is meant to be for beef, but it adds a really sweet and delicious flavor to it. Next, we'll need finely ground black pepper. Make sure you're using black pepper and they're in this powdered form, and you do not want to use white pepper because they're really spicy, so don't use that. And next is teriyaki stir fry sauce. So this is actually a Chinese stir fry sauce. It gives a really nice sesame taste, and it's really sweet, which is also very nice, so we don't have to add too much sugar after all. And this is soy sauce, and this is Chinese soy sauce. And make sure you want the light soy sauce because you don't want it to be overly dark colored. You still want to see that white color of the fish cake. We also need Chinese hot pepper sauce. This comes in a chili oil, so it's really spicy, so don't add too much, and make sure you only use the oil and not the flakes. Next, we'll need white sugar. So these are just granulated white sugar, and obviously don't need too much of this. Next ingredient, we have cornstarch. You can also use potato starch, and this is what makes the sauce stick onto the fish cake, which is very nice and makes it a little bit sticky, which is great. Next ingredient, sesame oil, and this adds a really great flavor, so please add some. Now, I have already pre-made the sauce, and as you can see, it's really watery, but that's okay because it's going to thicken with the starch, and it could look a little bit pale because of the white starch, but it's all good. So it's supposed to look something like this. Next, just make sure that your fish cakes are out so that you can thaw them, and you want to leave it out on the counter for around 15 to 20 minutes for it to thaw completely. Now transfer the thawed fish cake onto a cutting board, and make sure you have a sharp knife for this. Now you'll need to cut the fish cake, and cut them into small triangular shape and turning them side by side to cut evenly, like so. This is what it looks like when I cut all 6 of my fish cake, and I'm really sorry for the bad quality just now. Now I have cut out all of them and put them in a bowl, and this is the sauce, the fish cake, and we're ready to get cooking. Now I have just add some oil in my pan, and I turn the heat onto high so I can heat the oil up to heat our fish cakes. When your oil is heated, go ahead and add in your fish cake. And what you want to do is go in with your spatula and lightly coat each piece of oil so it's easier to cook like so. Now you're just going to go ahead and put on your lid. Now turn your heat to medium. Continue cooking it with your lid on. Give it a good stir. And turn our heat back to low. And continue cooking it, and make sure you close the lid to cook the fish cake through. Open your lid and give it a stir, and if you think it's ready and it's softened, and it's a little bit brown on the outside but chewy in the inside, Now you're just gonna go ahead and add in your sauce. Add a little bit at a time, and if you don't think it's enough, add more, but a little bit at a time is good. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit. And you're just gonna stir really quickly, and this sauce is gonna caramelize and stick to your fish cake, like so. Sauce is coated evenly, you're gonna go and put it on a serving dish. So whatever serving dish you like. Now your fish cake is done and ready to be enjoyed. So how does that look? Very nice and glossy, right? It looks very appetizing and I love this dish. This is just a perfect lunch. And now I have a little bit of a leftover sauce, and you can just do a little more sauce next time. And you can always make another one, which is telling you that you should do another one if you have leftover. Yes, you should, because it's so delicious. I personally like to enjoy this treat with some fresh summer berries or a fruit of your choice and some Starbucks Frappuccino. So there you go, the perfect lunch you could ever get. Make yourself a treat.